Hello and good evening from St. Louis Park. I'm Bruce Holman along with Kevin Jones, and tonight is senior night here at St. Louis Park as the St. Louis Park Orioles will take on the DeLaSalle Islanders. And we're going to go down to the PA announcer for the announcement of the seniors here. It should take place in just a minute.
Welcome again, St. Louis Park football fans. Like I said tonight is senior night, and we are about to meet your St. Louis Park football seniors. First, number 70, Alejandro Aranda Caceres, escorted by mom, Ida Aranda. Favorite football memory, going 8-0 in LMAA football and winning the section championship. Plans to go to college and get a degree in political sciences or be a teacher. Number 4, Adam Bauer, escorted by Chris and Sarah Bauer. Football memory, beating Cooper in the section final. Attending either University of Minnesota or University of Wisconsin-Madison. Number 25, AJ Dot, escorted by Shivani and Dot. Favorite memory, going 8-0 in LMAA. Plans to go to college for mechanical engineering. Number 15, Makaso Dedefo, escorted by my mom, Medina, sister Amina, and brother Adam. Favorite football memory, going to state last year and going 8-0 in 8th grade. Plans to study business and play college football. Number 44, Noel Drexman. Favorite football memory, back in 7th grade, getting pancaked by 2 players 2 feet taller than me. Escorted by Tony Christensen. Hopefully go to college after graduation. Number 11, Achille Ferris, escorted by mom, Yolanda. Favorite football memory, making it to state last year. Plans to keep on playing football. Number 14, Ben Hauer, escorted by Carol and Chris Hauer. Favorite football memory, going undefeated in 8th grade and getting to play at TCF Bank Stadium. Plans on going to college and becoming a teacher. Number 16, Brendan Johnson Snyder, escorted by Devin and Kelly. Favorite memory, beating Cooper last year in sections. Plans to attend college and study aviation or aeronautical engineering. Number 22, Jeriel Lopez Barrera, escorted by mom, Nelly Barrera Ray, and sisters, Geraldine Lopez Barrera and Allison Lopez Pizza. Favorite memory, winning section championship and going to state. Plans on attending college. Number 60, Nick Medina, escorted by dad, Paul Medina, and mom, Char Bolet. Favorite memory, being in section champions. Plans to continue my education after graduation. Number 55, Jake Olson, escorted by Brian and Jill Olson. Favorite memory, going 8-0 in LMAA 8th grade football and winning the section championship last year. Plans to go to college and play college football after graduation. And number 30, Aaron Sledge, escorted by Judy and Mitchell Sledge. Favorite memory, going 8-0 in my 8th grade football team and practicing every day with my teammates during 2-a-days. Plans on going to college to study electrical engineering and to play college baseball. Please put your hands together for this year's football senior class.
My name is Carly. I'm 15 years old and I am a heart recipient. I got my first heart transplant when I was 1.5 years old. I got my second heart when I was 13. When I get my driver's license, of course I'm going to say yes to be an organ donor. I've been saved twice, so who says I can't save somebody else?
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Hello and good evening from St. Louis Park High School. I'm Bruce Oberman along with Kevin Jones and Brian Birch. Tonight we have the St. Louis Park Orioles taking on the DeLaSalle Islanders. And both teams coming into this game at 3-4. So the winner of this game is going to get even their record up to 500. And this is the last game of the season before we get into the section. So a big game for both teams. And
yep, they're both teams are 1-3 in the district, as they're calling it now, far away from conference. As Bruce said, winner of this game will be 500 heading into the playoffs, which is a good momentum.
Kevin, you had a chance to do the last game St. Louis Park played, which was an exciting game and a win over Irondale. Just maybe briefly tell us a little bit about that game.
St. Louis Park dominated the first quarter, then Irondale dominated the second quarter, and then they just flip-flopped the entire second half. And when the clocks reached 0, we were all tied up and headed into overtime. The Orioles scored on their first possession. And in the end, the Orioles held on 4th down as Irondale tried to punch it in to send it to a second overtime.
DeLaSalle coming off 40-38 loss, Kevin, in their last game. That coming to Orono.
Yeah, St. Louis Park played Orono, I believe, 2 weeks ago, and were winning by 8 points with 7 minutes left. And Orono ended up tying up that game. And that game went into overtime as well, and the Orioles came up on the short end of the stick.
St. Louis Park in the black uniforms, DeLaSalle in the white and black, so we got a lot of black out here tonight. And DeLaSalle will kick off to start the game. David Clancy will do the kicking.
Looks like back deep are Nabil and Ferris.
Number 7, Nathan, and number 2, Davenport back to receive the kick.
Oh, Davenport.
We got Davenport back today, yep.
Oh, we talked about that before the game, that Davenport is becoming, they're giving Davenport quite a few opportunities to touch the ball and score, and he did on one big play last week.
Well, here's a kick that's going to be fielded by Davenport, but we have a flag, and that probably brings this one back. Well, it's not a good sign when you have a flag on the first play of the game on the kickoff. We've had some games where there's been a lot of flags, and your game last week went pretty quick, but we've had some games that have been 3-hour games, mostly because of all the flags and penalties called. So they're going to set this one at the 35-yard line.
And in theory, that should help the St. Louis Park field position.
See if they change the way they're going to kick it. The last kick was took a nice bounce for Davenport, who would have had some room to run with the football. There's a squibber, fielded by the front guy.
He's got some. Good job catching that line drive.
Yeah, that was number 12, Jacob Brown. And Brown gives the Orioles great field position as he gets the ball out across the 40 down to the 44-yard line. As you see the starting lineups for the St. Louis Park Orioles and their quarterback Aaron Ellingson, Sajid Natham, McCabe Dvorak, Cole Ewald, and Akili Ferris, along with Sam Thine, will be the receivers and the running back. Natham had a great game last game against Irondale. He's in the backfield, trips to the right. Thine comes in motion to the near side. Ball at the 44-yard line, and the handoff is Natham. And Natham spins, breaks the tackle, gets across the 50-yard line down to the 49. So they are now in Islander territory.
Natham has 10 touchdowns on the year, so he knows how to get into the end zone, all rushing.
Aaron Ellingson this season completing 75 of 160 passes. 46% completion ratio as they give to Natham again. And Natham gets a first down, and look at him just push the defenders all the way down to the 36-yard line. A great run by Sajid Natham.
The Park running game is split between Ellingson and Natham, and both runners tend to fall forward when they're tackled.
Yeah, both averaging 5 yards per carry this season. And they go with what's been working, and that's Natham again. And Natham just gets about a yard to the 35-yard line.
Natham only a sophomore.
Brought down by number 75.
Our quarterback, Ellingson, a junior. So the Park skill position players are very young.
Riley, the defender on the play, making the tackle, brings up a second down, about 10 yards to go. Running a strong right, or a strong left here with Tyne in the backfield. This is Ellingson, he's gonna keep it himself. Tries to take it up the middle, and you can see the Orioles just pushing the pile. And they push it down to the 30-yard line. That play looked like it may go for a yard at most, and instead the Orioles get about 5 on that play, maybe even 6. So they're inside the 30-yard line. Probably 4 down territory right now for the Orioles. Third down, 3 yards to go.
So they push the tempo.
Penalty on the play.
Well, see if the flag is called against DeLaSalle. If it is, it'll be a first down, and it is.
5-yard penalty.
Now this happened the last couple games ago. Ellingson, with his cadence, was able to draw the defense off sides a couple times in the game and did it that time. So a first down for the Orioles at the 24-yard line.
It's also what happens when the offensive line is dominating so much.
Ellingson yet to throw the football. He's going to keep it as he rolls right. He's got some pressure, eludes the tackle. Now Ellingson takes off. 25, 20, down inside the 15-yard line, and a first down for the Orioles.
It was a bootleg rollout, and Ellingson wisely saw the edge and picked up about 15 yards on the play. Normally in that set, Ellingson's been keeping the ball and running a quarterback keeper up the middle, but now they are starting to fake that handoff, and he's dropping back to pass a little more.
Well, the DeLaSalle coach was not happy on that last play. He was chewing out some of his players over on the side, and so he elected to call a timeout, and I think he wants to really get his team back into the mode here, because St. Louis Park has just moved the ball at will against this DeLaSalle team. So sometimes it just, your team comes out a little flat. I think it's a good move by the coach here, even to use up a timeout early just to, get your team back on track here. St. Louis Park with great field position. First down and 10. Key for both teams is in this colder weather to hang on to the football too. When you're running the ball a lot, you can get jarred a lot easier with this cold evening that we have.
Yeah, face mask on skin hurt. There it goes.
Number 7, Nathan on the carry for the Orioles.
Tough running back to bring down.
Stopped by number 28 for the Islanders.
Yes, the Orioles keeping the ball on the ground. They did do a little bootleg with Ellingson on the last play. Now they're going to bring Ferris into the backfield. Ferris carried the ball 20 times this season, 84 yards. He gets the carry, gets a good head of steam. Ferris still on his feet, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, the Orioles running attack marched that ball 70 yards into the end zone. Last week the kicking game was just superb. 9 of 9 on extra points last week, which is...
Yeah, and 11 for 13 on the season for Bauer as he puts this one up
right
through the uprights.
The extra point is good.
No, exactly what Park wanted to do.
St. Louis Park, Ben Wolf has to be very happy with the way his team just drove the ball down the field on that sequence. And now we'll see what the defense can do against a tough DeLaSalle Islander team who can put up points.
Yeah, they're going to be throwing the ball quite a bit.
Yeah, James Farr is one player that he likes to put the ball up. And watching DeLaSalle play against Benil, when Farr had time to throw, he was able to find the receivers and make some great throws. But Benil really put a lot of pressure on on far in that game, and he was unable to really have enough time to get the ball downfield. They do have some great players in Krishan Greer, Julian Wright, and Jamison Battle, who we'll see on offense.
Yeah, he spreads it around. A lot of the receivers have very similar reception numbers. Spreads it around to about 4 of them.
So Bauer to kick off. Wright and Greer should be back for DeLaSalle. Trying to, this kick is fielded at the 25-yard line.
You see some hesitation whether he was going to see if it was going to go out of bounds or not, but he did the smart thing and jumped on the football.
Lopez Barrera in on the tackle for the Orioles on that play.
22, Lopez Barrera.
We'll see Lopez Barrera a lot on defense as he's a leading tackler for the St. Louis Park Orioles team.
He's leading the sacks too with 4.
52 tackles.
Now that interior defense, the linebackers and the defensive line last week allowed nothing up the middle. They forced Irondale to bounce it up, try and bounce it outside.
Wright goes into the backfield,
There's
back
a
to
pass.
pass. Now they're going to throw it to Wright to the near side. Wright was able to break some long ones, but is taken down nicely. Lopez Barrera along with Bauer in on the tackle for the Orioles.
Very good pursuit for Orioles with good pursuit angles. We're able to wrangle him down for a very short game.
Usually on a pattern like that, you see a couple linemen come on top, but he was all alone. Just worried.
Krishan Greer in the backfield. Wright and Battle line up on the near sideline. And the handoff up the middle goes to Greer.
Not much doing up the middle.
Number 4, Greer on the carry for the Islanders, brought down by number 15, DeDefo. And number 10, Stadler.
Stadler and DeDefo in on the tackle for the Orioles.
Short gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Got our cornerbacks, Dvorak and Brown, will be tested quite a bit tonight. I'm wondering if they'll get safety help over there to Brown, who's usually at a height disadvantage, but he is a competitor and he can hold his own.
4 wideouts now, 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Far back to pass, lobs it over for Wright, and it's intercepted. Dvorak with the interception.
Number 3, Farr's pass is intercepted.
That pass was just underthrown. Wright had some big gainers in the last game that DeLaSalle played. He had a 90-yarder and a 75-yarder, and this time the throw to him was just lobbed a little too much, and you can see what a great job playing center field by McCabe Dvorak, and he just continues to improve as the season goes on, and he's going to be a great player for the Orioles over the next couple of years.
And I'm pretty sure that's his 4th interception on the season, and when the ball hangs up in the air, Dvorak's usually going to win that match.
Well, Wright got behind the safety there. It was the pass rush that forced that underthrow.
Orioles with the ball at the 44. Back to pass. The first pass of the game is complete to Davenport along the far side, and Davenport gets down, still on his feet, across the 30, 25. He does not want to go down, and he is finally brought down at the 25. What a great run and catch and run by Davenport. As you mentioned, he's just he's a player that we didn't really see much from in the beginning part of the season, but as the season's gone on, they're just finding ways to get him the football. Look at that.
Yeah, he has been a spark the last couple of weeks.
Finally brought down by Grayson Green, but they had to grab a lot of jersey to get him down.
That's our nose guard.
Inside handoff. Natham gets around the edge. Natham tries to cut back inside, going down toward the goal line and out at the 1-yard line. So a nice run by the Orioles. They strung that one out. And again, this offensive line is just really pushing against this defensive line of DeLaSalle. And the Orioles now have the ball. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line.
Great mesh point. And you can see Nathim
And there's a nice block by Cole Ewald. Here's Natham in, and he should have the touchdown.
Number 11 on the season.
Orioles touchdown!
Orioles take full advantage of that turnover. March it right down the field. And an extra point away from leading 14-0.
Orioles taking up where they left off against Irondale and winning that game in overtime and coming out really fired up in this football game. And the kick is up and good.
Almost automatic.
Extra point is good.
Bauer, a senior, and we'll cover the seniors a little bit before the game, but as we go on later on in the game, we'll try and cover some of the highlights from some of the seniors on this Oriole team.
So they're definitely winning the battles up front, but there's a lot of yards after contact, too, by the run game.
That's a good point. And so important when you get through to that second area that you get the receivers blocking too, and I think the Orioles have done a good job down in that second line of attack there.
Well, last week the Orioles got out to a 14-0 start in the first quarter. Let's see if we can keep our foot on the gas pedal.
How about in the first 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's even more impressive. So now Bauer will kick off. And the Orioles would like to see Bauer kick off quite a bit in this football game. It's a squib kick to the near side, gets by the front man, fielded by number 4, Greer. And Greer is brought down on a great play.
Number 4 on the return for the Islanders, brought down by
Stadler.
number 10,
Stadler hustled right down there and made a great open field tackle.
First down Islanders.
Speaking of Bauer, Bauer plans to go to the University of Madison next year and become a Badger. Good for him. Safety help over there.
So second series for the Islanders, and a quick throw to the far side, complete. Looks like Battle on the far side, catching the football, getting about 8 yards on the play.
Bauer with a nice open field tackle.
Number 3, Fars, pass complete to number 10, Battle. Brought down by number 4, Bauer.
Yeah, Battle, one of the top basketball players for his age, getting a lot of looks right now, and my guess is that will be the sport that he decides to play after high school.
Definitely the cornerbacks have a given player that they're going to line up on.
And the pitch on the option, it's number 2, Wright. And Wright gets all the way out across the 40 to the 42. So that's the player they want to really get into the game is Wright. With his speed, he's able to make things happen. And
Bauer did a nice job of holding the edge there. We just lacked a little bit of pursuit from inside out.
And that time, Lopez Barrera had the quarterback under control, but the pitch found Wright open. Trips to the far side, and the pitch goes this time to Greer. Greer goes towards the corner, and he'll get out at about the 48-yard line.
Number 4, Greer on the
DeLaSalle runs the option, and St. Louis Park does a pretty decent job on the wide side of the field of stretching it out for a 6-yard gain.
A good job by Bauer on the corner, stopping that play, not allowing it to get any more yards on that, and bring up a second down.
Yeah, the worst thing that can happen to a cornerback on a running play is for the offense to get outside of them and scamper down the sideline.
So we have Wright and Battle lining up to the near side. Greer in motion, back to pass. They're going to throw to the near side. It's complete to Greer. And Greer is tripped up by Bauer again. So Bauer comes up to make a big play and
Number 3,
going to
Foss
bring
pass
up a
is complete
third
to the
down,
fourth rear.
short yards to go
Tackled by number
for
4, Bauer.
the Islanders.
Brings up
Very
third
good
down.
open field tackle. Third down. You like to be in third down.
Oh, the Orioles jump. That's going to be a first down.
Penalty on the play.
You got taken by the hard count that time.
Offsides on the Orioles.
Well, we saw an offsides called against DeLaSalle earlier, and this time Farr with the count, cadence, and St. Louis Park jumping. And it wasn't just one, it was the whole group. Islanders trail 14-0, trying to get back in the football game. They have the ball at the 43-yard line. And we get an official timeout. Looks like he may not have knee pads on. It's number 12, Kobe Franks.
Knee pads or maybe some blood.
That could be that too. Hand off Greer.
Good hard run by Greer there.
And you can see how patient he is too. You can see how he just follows his blockers.
Brought down by number 8, Borak. Brings up second down.
Again, that interior defensive line shut that hole down and they had to bounce it outside.
Islanders on the attack. They have the ball at the 37. Fire, quick pass, and incomplete, intended for Franks. Yeah, maybe just a little bit behind him. Should have had that one, I
Yeah, I
think.
think he should have had that one too. He could have heard footsteps coming in from the safety, but
Yeah, it's Ben Hauer coming in on him.
DeLaSalle continues to force the Orioles to play a cover 2 defense.
So now they go trips to the far side. Greer in the backfield. Back to pass. Cutting in and finding a nice hole is Farr. And he gets to the 30-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for the Islanders.
Yeah, Farr took 3 steps, didn't find anybody, found a running lane, and moved it forward for a first down.
30, Sledge for the Orioles. First down, Islanders.
Good drive by DeLaSalle, helped by that penalty.
Again, trips to the far side. Plenty of time to throw. Wide open in the corner. Lobbed up there, and it's incomplete.
Bauer broke that up really nice. They had him bracketed with the cornerback and the safety, just like it's taught.
Battle has 5 touchdowns on the year. He doesn't have a lot of yards, but that's the kind of play they like to do. He's got the height. You can see how he goes up, and as he go up in basketball for that rebound, he's going up high for that football, and maybe not thrown as quick as it could have been as the defenders are able to catch up on the play. So now Battle lines up 1-on-1 on the far side.
He's got safety help with Bauer. Tried to isolate him on Brown.
Grayson Green to the near side, along with Julian Wright. We run that option play. Quarterback's going to keep it, and Farr doesn't get much.
Number 3, Farr, the quarterback keeper.
Oh, Oriole linebackers filled really nice there. Good sure tackling.
Brings up 3rd down.
So the Orioles tightening up a little bit. So now brings up a 3rd down, 9 yards to go. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Orioles lead 14-0.
Unless I don't know how good their kicker is, this is probably 4-down territory regardless.
I think in looking at the stats, I don't think he has a field goal yet this year. So
Okay, so 4 downs it is.
Miles Camry on the far side along with Battle and Wright. Back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. Steps up into the pocket, and it's caught. That's Wright with the catch. Sledge defending on the play.
The DeLaSalle offensive line created a very nice passing lane.
Number 30, Sledge for the Orioles. First down, Islanders.
Let's take a look at this again to see if that ball hit the ground. Hard to tell.
Yeah, looks like a good catch.
The officials made a good call that time.
Yeah. Big 3rd down catch.
Now look how he pulled that up as it was just about hitting the ground. And here's where you can't see. We don't have the second angle. Oh, this is a tough injury right now. Is Wright down on the turf, and that's a player. It looks like his ankle, and that's a player DeLaSalle can ill afford to lose. He's been pretty much their big play guy that they've had throughout the season. And
now back to the seniors. Achille Ferris, who scored a touchdown earlier in the game, plans to keep playing football after graduation. And one of his favorite memories, along with probably a lot of players on that team last year, was getting to the state tournament. Looks like everybody's okay. It's always good to see.
It's 2-2, they'll be up 3-2. They win one more game, they go back to the World Series. It's probably the second stage. Okay, back to the game.
so first down now for the Islanders. Trying to get back in this football game. They trail by 14. Greer in the backfield. Fire rolls to the far side, throwing towards the corner, and it's batted and incomplete.
12 defended.
Intended again for Battle.
Yeah, Brown on the coverage.
You can see the height advantage that Battle has, but the Orioles do a good job to defend on the play.
Brown is a fierce competitor. Last week they tried taking him on, and he won a majority of the battles.
You look that time, I think Battle had that one bounce off of his shoulder pad a little bit. So we get trips to the far side. Cameron Givens lines up to the near side.
Got Dvorak on Battle.
Back to pass. Now they put pressure on him, and Farr just has to let that one go.
That was not intentional grounding.
Number 3, Farr's pass falls incomplete.
A smart decision by Farr. He was going to take a big sack, and
Brings up 3rd down.
instead of 3rd and 20, he's left them in 3rd and 10.
Good pressure by Johnson Snyder. So Battle and Camry on the far side.
Dvorak on Battle.
Well, we got Wright back in the game, right on the near side along with Givens. Greer in the backfield. And blitz coming in. The throw incomplete. 2 Orioles with a chance to get that football. Sledge and Davenport.
And look where Davenport was back there and covered, and he's our nose guard. So throwing some wrinkles in on stunts.
Look at
Brings up 4th down.
Davenport
Sledge cut
was
across. Right.
very close to getting an interception.
Well, we're going to get a field goal attempt here.
We are getting a field goal attempt.
David Clancy. Well, the kick is blocked.
Slide ball yet. Okay. Well, we spoke earlier about their kicker, and that didn't go well on that field goal attempt.
Yeah, I may be wrong on the no field goals. I guess I have to take a look at. We do have the stat sheet here. We'll have to take a look, but. Should be on the second page, maybe, on the kicking. But St. Louis Park, DeLaSalle really had some good possession that time, marching the ball all the way down the field. And unfortunately for them, coming up empty and a big defensive stance for the Orioles as they now have the football back deep in their own territory at the 22-yard line.
And according to our stat sheet, they had not attempted a field goal yet this year.
So the give to the Orioles. Number 20, that was Emmanuel Hawkins.
Number 20, Hawkins on the carry for the Orioles.
Dvorak returns after a little equipment problem.
For the Islanders. No gain on the play, brings up 2nd down and 10.
Down to about a minute remaining, minute 10 right now, and left to go here in the first quarter. It's been all St. Louis Park. Ferris lines up to the near side. This is a keeper for Ellingson.
There he goes, fall forward.
Number 6, Ellingson.
When our running backs fall forward, we're guaranteed 3 yards.
Brought down by number 8, Camry for the Islanders. Short gain on the play, brings up 3rd down.
Defense playing a little bit stronger right now for than they were earlier right now.
They could be settling into the game.
See if the Orioles put the ball up in the air as they're waiting, and I think we're going to get a timeout for St. Louis Park.
Timeout, Orioles.
St. Louis Park Orioles started their season with a 34-7 win against Kennedy, then a couple losses, 42-14 loss against Cooper, a 28-7 loss against Academy of Holy Angels. They beat Richfield 41-14, then a couple more losses, Benilde St. Margaret's in Orono before the nice win 35-28 against Irondale.
Yeah, the two games that I see that we were really outmatched was that Robbinsdale Cooper game and the Benilde St. Margaret's game. That Robbinsdale Cooper game, they came in here probably remembering that section final game last year, and they did put a whooping on us. But that was early in the season, and we've seen St. Louis Park grow as the seasons come along as we head into section play.
We've seen Cooper continue to grow too. They're a team that's undefeated, and they play with a lot of speed. They're a quick team, one of the better Cooper teams we've seen in a while. There's maybe an offside. Well, let's see. Are we getting offsides or?
Looked like an offsides.
Offsides on the defense.
That makes it a little bit easier.
Penalty. Still 3rd down.
May change your play selection now. We may be able to run the ball or try an option play with the quarterback. I think we may see Ellingson try and take it himself here for 2 yards. So. Well, we give it to Nate. Ellingson does take it.
He falls forward.
Number 6, Ellingson.
I think a little short. Or
we could.
Brought down by number 6, Green for the Islanders. That's
first down. He signals.
So that penalty proved big as St. Louis Park able now to get the first down on a quarterback keeper.
Haven't seen Ellingson under center yet tonight. I know he predominantly goes out of shotgun, but last week we did see him under center.
And that will do it for the first quarter. A quarter that's St. Louis Park with 14 unanswered points. And they lead 14-0 after 1. We'll be back with more football in just a minute.
Vision loss is not something that you feel until it happens.
Most people lose their vision from diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma, not at birth.
3 million Americans have glaucoma, and half don't even know it.
11 million people in the United States have macular degeneration.
So many eye disorders can be treated if caught early.
Make a plan today to get your eyes checked.
Visit brightfocus.org to learn more.
I haven't been able to hear Birch all night.
Bruce Overman along with Brian Birch and Kevin Jones. We're trying to get our, Brian's been a little quiet in the background. We're trying to see if we can get the mic working for you, Brian. We'll get her going here by.
Ellingson directing traffic out there. Empty backfield.
Yeah, they run trips to the near side. Now in motion is Nathan. Back to pass thrown over the middle.
There's our guy, Davenport.
And Davenport down to the 35. Caught from behind by the speedy right, but a nice throw. It was a great fake as they ran sort of a play action fake.
You could argue that they've been setting that up all night. With that offensive spark, Davenport.
And again, they're going to run empty backfield. This time they hand off to Nathan. And we're going to get a penalty flag as Nathan with a nice gain, but it's going to come back on a probably illegal block by the Orioles.
Number 7, Nathan on the carry. Flag on the play.
It looked like it was getting set up real nice out there. We'll have to see the replay.
So St. Louis Park with a holding penalty.
Holding on the Orioles.
See, Nathan's looks a little different.
There's a little shirt grab there.
Ten-yard penalty from
the officials aren't going to miss it much when they can see that shirt stretch out.
So from the spot of the ball, puts at the 49-yard line. So first down, 21. Sort of a read option type play here. Back to pass. Oh, Ellingson was trying to cut up the middle, and now he gets rid of it to Ferris. Boy, I don't know how he got rid of that one. He was tied up and wrangled, and if that was a rodeo, he was down.
Kind of reminded me of Ben Roethlisberger there, with 5-6 people draped on him and heaving out there making something happen.
I was thinking that ball was being thrown up as a fumble, but no, he did. Watch this. And you could just see Ellingson as he, first year as a starter, and he's just, as the season's gone on, how much confidence he has when he has that football. And he protects the football, too, which is such a key. Still second down long, 16 yards to go for the Orioles. Ellingson keeps it in. Quickle up the middle. He runs into the official, who maybe impeded his chance to get that first down as he gets down to about the 30-yard line.
Well, Ellingson hit that hole hard, and he had some running room until he ran into the linebacker with the stripes.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, he definitely had at least 3 or 4 more yards and probably a first down. But sometimes the DeLaSalle needs that 12th man on the field to help them on defense, and they didn't get it that time. Low snap. Ellingson, he's got a lot of pressure. He's able to get it to McCabe, and McCabe dives back to the 31. He's going to bring up a 4th down. I think the Orioles go for it here.
Yeah, well, surely we'll be going for it. Again, another athletic play by Ellingson, able to scramble out there and complete a pass to Dvorak. Receivers running the scrambling drill pretty well tonight.
Hey, look at this lineup now.
We tried this last week and ended up having to call a timeout. But this is a different wrinkle. We'll see if they run anything out of it. Well, they do.
Player in motion. They throw it over the middle. Wide open. Nathan. And he goes all the way in for a touchdown. That is, oh, there's a flag on the far side. We may have a legal, maybe an illegal shift or something. Illegal shift by the Orioles. That's one of those plays that you have in your pocket for when you get to that fourth down, and that one, I don't think you could have had a receiver as wide open as Nathan was on that one.
It would have been nice to get that touchdown, though. Now everybody knows what we're going to run out of that formation. The Orioles could easily have come back to a basic formation.
Well, not only that, it pushes them back, and so now the ball at the 37 makes it a little bit longer, tougher to get that first down.
Ferris in motion.
Back to pass, Ellingson throws it up in the air. It's complete, and a first down for the Orioles.
That forward progress should get it for us.
Keely Ferris.
Pass is complete to number 11, Ferris.
Good throw by Ellingson.
2 for the Islanders.
Ferris, the man of motion.
That's an Orioles first down.
Thought that ball was lobbed a little much, or it took a little bit to get there, but Ferris able to get it and right.
You see at the end, you like Ferris going up and getting the ball instead of waiting for the ball.
First down, 25-yard line. In motion, Nathan, and keeper Ellingson. Ellingson doesn't have an official to contend with this time, and he's going to have a first down for the Orioles, and a late flag comes
Number
in.
6, Ellingson on the carry. Flag on the play.
So face mask the call against the Islanders.
Face mask on the Islanders.
A good hard run by Ellingson.
Penalty and the run gives the Orioles another first down.
Boy, they really sell that play action well.
And you've seen the play action and then drop back tonight. You've seen the play action and roll out. You've seen the play action and keep it. And
right.
The play action and hand it off. So there we are. They are working that really well, Birch.
Ewald one-on-one to the near side. Quarterback rolls. He looks downfield, throws, and it's complete, I think. Let's see, touchdown.
Number 6, Ellingson.
That's the Defoe.
Number 15 to Defoe.
Picasso to Defoe, and I think that's his first touchdown of the year.
The Defoe plays primarily defense. Defoe typically plays, he's our defensive end.
Right.
In the Orioles offense, evaluating their personnel very well, and we've seen a few offensive wrinkles with Davenport and now the Defoe.
Well, the kick is good. We have a flag after the play. Roughing the kicker. So roughing the kicker, I'm not sure if they can mark this one off on the kickoff.
Orioles complete control of this game so far.
It was very impressive after getting that touchdown called back, leading to a 4th and 10, converting that.
Should mention too, we gave Defoe a lot of credit, but what a great throw by Ellingson on that play too. So Ellingson is just right on the spot right now. He's throwing some great balls, and
I believe that's his 9th touchdown pass of the year with only 2 interceptions. You know, he may not be completing a lot of passes, but he's not making the bad decisions out there.
So 21 first half points for the St. Louis Park Orioles. Orioles trying to even their record at 4-4. Bauer to kick off, Wright and Greer back to receive the kick. See if they squib it again. Wright has had one kick return and one punt return for a touchdown.
That was fielded well by the Islanders.
That was a short kick.
Orioles tried to find a hole on that kick and get it bouncing around and maybe jump on top of it.
Yeah, Grayson Green did a good job, and you see how he turned his body too to make sure that no one was able to knock that football away from him.
Smart play.
Well, the Islanders have they've won good series where they marched the ball all the way down the field, were unable to get any points out of it. See if they get another drive going here. They do have capability of some big plays, especially with a quarterback like James Farr. He's a junior. Full house backfield. Farr throws a screen pass, which is incomplete, intended that time for Krishan Greer. Defended nicely.
Lopez Barrera got his hands up, which probably created.
Brings up second down.
Still 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Orioles up 21-0.
I'm interested to see if Dvorak shadows Battle wherever he goes on the field.
Franks and Wright to the far side. Battle along on the near side, along with Kamari. Back to pass, and under pressure, and he is going to go down. Orioles with the blitz that time, and boy.
Boy, those blitzers wait for their number to be called on a blitz, and he took full advantage of that.
Loss on the play brings up third down.
Well, you can see Lopez Barrera was the first player in there. Then also Morelli got in there too, so.
Lopez Barrera very quick off the defensive end position.
Yeah, you know, Lopez Barrera with quite a few tackles for loss this season. He has 10 tackles for loss and 4 sacks, so. Here's pressure. Complete across the middle, number 12. That was Kobe Franks. Franks back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up fourth down and about 10 yards to go.
Number 3, Farr's pass is complete.
They tried to get Franks the ball and slipped him underneath and tried to get him in stride and see if he could take a 10-yard pass and turn it into a first down, but it didn't go that way.
So Bauer back. Battle will do the punting duties here for DeLaSalle. High punt. Bauer lets it go. And it's going to be down by Julian Wright at the 33-yard line. So the Orioles again with the football and chance to see if they can get some more points here in the first half.
Mistake-free football by the Orioles so far.
Don't jinx it, Kevin.
We'll find some wood to knock on.
I think I mentioned first or second game of the year that's been a very penalty-free game, and then we saw about 20 penalties called right after that. So
there's quite a few personal fouls in that game too.
The Orioles keep it on the ground a little bit here, take some time off the clock. Ferris comes in motion to the near side. And the handoff. Nathan.
Flag on the play.
Number 7, Nathan on the carry.
Usually where we see that flag, it's going to probably be an offensive penalty.
Yeah. Giving the Orioles credit that they haven't all season really compounded a lot of mistakes. They make a mistake and then they regroup.
Yeah, so holding call against St. Louis Park. This is going to move it back and bring up first down and long.
Big 10-yarder. Alejandro Caceres plans to get a degree in political science or be a teacher.
A teacher of political science. Here comes Nathan trying to get the corner, and he's taken down from behind.
Number 7, Nathan on the carry for the Orioles. Brought down by
good tackle by Gabe Amore.
Short gain on the play brings up second down.
You can see Nathan securing the ball very well.
So it's 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes to go here in the first half. See if the Orioles will put it up in the air. Ferris and Dvorak on the near side. This is Ellingson with the keeper. And Ellingson gets across the 30 to the 32, tackled again by Amore.
Ellingson on the quarterback keeper for the Orioles, brought down by number 9.
Clock continues to go.
Brings up third down.
So third down and about 11 now. A.J. Dat in the game as a wide receiver now. Thrown over the middle, complete, and a first down for the Orioles.
That's Davenport.
Davenport again.
Sure-handed.
Pass is complete to number 2, Davenport.
I just think they can't find him. He's so, you know, the little guy just sneaks in there and gets that football and does such a great job. Again, Ellingson with. You know, we don't have stats, but we know he's got a pretty high completion percentage so far in this first half. Quarterback keeper again is Ellingson.
Stacked up by 78.
This time the Islanders with a whole slew of defenders on the play.
The quarterback keeper.
Led by number.
Wrapped up by number 70.
The Orioles starting to methodically move the ball down the field. Good clock management.
So 3:30 remaining. Ken Ellingson with the keeper. Ellingson with the first down. All the way down inside the 30, still on his feet, down to the 25-yard line. So a first down. Well, I thought that time they were going to try maybe give the ball to Nathan, who hasn't really carried the ball for a few times. And this play just seems to work so well with a great fake.
And the Orioles pounding it up the middle, and this time they bounce it outside.
Garbish thought he had Nathan for a loss, but then Ellingson takes off.
Orioles offense clicking on all cylinders right now.
About the 25-yard line. Ellingson looks to the sideline. Now he has the play, and this is going to be Nathan. And Nathan was stacked up by Amore again. So we've called Amore's name about 3 times here in the last 5 plays.
Well, if he keeps running into Nathan, he's going to be sore tomorrow.
Brings up second down for the Orioles.
Orioles with 2 timeouts remaining. We're down to 2:30 to go in the half. Quick pass down across the middle. Fine, and Fine was hit hard that time by
Number 6, Ellingson's pass intended for
like number 5, and that was Givens.
Flying to his feet.
Tyne. Ball's incomplete.
Got hit pretty hard coming across the middle.
Yeah, Tyne is a little shaken up, and I think he's going to come off the field here.
Orioles offense showing a lot of depth. Now, the offensive line doesn't get a lot of credit while we're speaking, but they are manhandling their people up front tonight.
No need to use a timeout right now for the Orioles as they're down to 2:08.
Davenport down here in the slot.
Ellingson keeps it himself, cuts inside, breaks one tackle, and now is brought down at the
number 6, Ellingson
16-yard line.
The Orioles brought down by number 70 for the Islanders.
You're going to spot him just short of the first down, so it's going to bring up fourth down and about a yard to go.
Orioles not panicking, you know, like that.
Oh, they're going to kick a field goal here.
Is this Davenport kicking field goals too?
Davenport. Is this going to be a fake play? Let's see what happens here. No, now they reset. Natham in the backfield. Here's a throw. It's complete. Davenport. And Davenport has a first down at the 11-yard line. And still 1:17 to go. Clock stops until they set up. And look, today, you pushed my mic. You might cough on it. You coughed it.
Sorry about that. I was trying to do the right thing.
Right. All right, so we have clock starts, 1:06 to go. DeDefo in the game, probably replacing Tyne at the tight end spot. And the handoff, Natham.
Number 7, Natham on the carry for the Orioles, brought down by number 9 for the Islanders.
See if the Orioles call a timeout here.
Brings up second down.
Why not? Let the clock go here. Set up quickly on offense. And the handoff, Natham. And Natham gets stacked up.
Number 7, Natham
in on the tackle that time. Number 3, James Farr.
There's our
timeout. By number 3, Farr, and number 6, Green for the Islanders.
Well, we know the Orioles are in field goal range, but they'd like to get another touchdown here if they can, as it's third down.
We talked about this drive early on when there was over 3 minutes on the clock, and we talked about how a methodical drive right down the field would be a great way to go into half, and we are about 4 yards away from completing that task.
Well, I think the way the Orioles have this set up perfectly here is if they do want to even try and run 2 more plays, they can, because they can call a timeout, and then they can. Then it would be fourth down, and they could just either go for it or kick that field goal, and I'm not so sure we won't see Ellingson with that keeper here.
There was a lack of interest. We were going to go to Colorado one year, but it was canceled because of a lack of interest.
They ran a couple plays to Natham, and now see if we see that fake to Natham and see if Ellingson tries to take it himself.
As you said, Bruce, 1 timeout left.
Well, they give it to Natham, and Natham goes into the end zone, backs his way in.
A man who has a nose for the end zone. That's touchdown 12 on the season.
That's why I'm not the offensive coordinator, you see.
12th rushing touchdown on the season for Natham. He just has a nose for the end zone.
Yeah, second touchdown of the game. 4-yard run. Orioles look to make it a 4-score game here. Low snap, good hold, and the kick is up and good. Bauer with the extra point.
Orioles executed whatever game plan they had orchestrated very well tonight.
Well, really, the last so many years, Orioles haven't had many laughers, especially a 28-0 first half lead, and this has been a great half for the St. Louis Park Orioles in a game that really figured to have two evenly matched teams. So
yeah, on paper it looked like it was even. Orioles coming out and perhaps peaking at the right time, as the first section game will be held Tuesday night. Now, I'm going to assume that Bauer's going to kick this thing away, and we're not going to try to do anything cute here. Things going well here on senior night.
here's a Squibber. Oh, look at that hit.
Number 8 on the return.
That was, I think, Camry and the hit by number 20.
Brought down by number
Emmanuel Hawkins.
20, Hawkins.
Well, 19 seconds to go, see if DeLaSalle takes a knee, or are they going to just try and put it up here? They do have a couple timeouts left, so I think when you have a quarterback like Farr, you're not gonna take a knee. You're gonna try and throw the ball a little bit here.
Especially being down 28-0 at this point, and your offense is basically passing.
Trying to see if they can get a big play here before the end of the half. Wright comes in motion, goes into the backfield, fake to Wright. Farr has plenty of time. He's looking to throw downfield, and now lobs it, incomplete.
Late flag here.
Number 3, Farr's pass intended for number 4.
Bauer doing a nice job on that play of holding up and not getting a personal foul by hitting him out of bounds.
Ineligible player downfield on the Islanders.
Okay, so that play took a long time to develop here, and by the time you see number 52 was downfield.
5-yard penalty, replay first down.
Henry Dienema.
Get Dvorak on battle down here.
St. Louis Park received the kick to start the game, so DeLaSalle will have the ball in the second half to start the second half. And they're just going to hand off up the middle.
43 got it as well.
Number 4,
DeLaSalle will head into halftime and try and regroup.
So a good half, especially on senior night for these seniors as they head into the locker room and they see their St. Louis Park Orioles with a 28-0 lead, and great half by the St. Louis Park Orioles. And for DeLaSalle, they head to the locker room hoping that they can regroup and get things together. And at least, you know, for any team here, as a coach, you just probably say, you know, we just need baby steps. We need to have a few things, small things happen at first, and we're not going to get 28 right off the bat, but let's see if we can work our way back into this ball game.
Yeah, let's establish something if you're DeLaSalle, and then hope for maybe a break down the road and get some momentum.
So we're at halftime here from St. Louis Park. 28-0, the St. Louis Park Orioles lead. We'll be back with the second half in just a little bit.
If I say heads up, what does that mean to you? It means be aware, be alert. Be prepared to prevent something bad from happening, like a concussion. Most concussions are preventable if you make the effort. Wear a helmet when you bike, wear a seatbelt when you're in the car, and always be aware and be safe. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. You want to prevent a concussion? It's time to be heads up.
And we're back, 28-0 our score. Bruce Over along with Kevin Jones and Brian Birch. And Kevin, you got a little few stats for us. And
yeah, the Orioles rushing game is on fire tonight. Natham with 10 carries for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. And quarterback Ellingson, 10 carries for 90 yards.
So 150 some yards rushing for the.
Yeah, that's above our average for the whole game. Ellingson with 5 completions for 111 yards and a touchdown. Receiving.
So he was 5 of 9. Is that what we?
Yeah, 5 of 9. Davenport with the most receptions. Our nose guard has 4 receptions for 84 yards.
So a good first half for the Orioles, and
Orioles obviously came out with a big hop in their step. I was watching DeLaSalle come onto the field and kind of had their heads down, so hopefully they can turn it around somehow and try to make this a competitive game.
Brian, we got you mic'd up again here.
Yep.
There we go. Now
Glad to be on board here for the second half.
We probably could hear Brian a little bit from the background. Hopefully, I mean, I could hear him, so I think everyone could hear him. It's just we want to hear you a little bit better, and I think we can now. So I got the technical difficulties corrected. And
we saw the Orioles in that first half show us a few wrinkles. There was a strange play that got called back. It's like a swinging gate formation. We did score a touchdown, but we had illegal motion, and that play got called back. We lined up for a field goal attempt with Davenport kicking, so that was kind of odd, and then they scrambled back to an offensive formation, and shortly thereafter, Nathan found the end zone.
You know, when you feel like you're in control, you can start doing things like that, and something that maybe you're testing out, and maybe for when you get to the sections and if a play is successful, maybe you're able to do that, you know, and utilize that play. And
that's good to get it out there and do it live too against.
One thing the Orioles have really done well in everything, every aspect of the game, but from a kicking standpoint, they're having to squib the ball a little bit, and they're not getting the ball down probably as far as they could. We'll see what happens here as Bauer is set to kick off. And again, keeping it out of the hands of right. And here's that squibber again. This goes out of bounds. So that's the first time that's happened to Bauer. He's really, even though he's utilized that short kick to avoid the long returns, he's been able to get that ball in bounds. But this time it's going to give DeLaSalle good field position.
Yeah, Bauer being a senior knows that was a mistake, but he'll be able to shake it off. That gives DeLaSalle the ball on the 35-yard line.
Bauer's played some great defense. He's got 4 extra points. We can't get on him too much.
No.
He's had to kick off a lot too, you know, and that's a good thing because it means the Orioles are scoring touchdowns. So see what DeLaSalle has come up with after being in the locker room at halftime. Farr, so you just do a little screen pass in the flat, and that's going to go for about 3 yards. Orioles do a good job.
Yeah, great inside-out pursuit on that. You want to hold the edge and then wait for the pursuit to come inside out.
And Davenport, you know, and Stadler were the 2 players defending on that play.
Brings up second down.
The Orioles defensive linemen doing a nice job of stretching plays out.
So Ferris, Natham, DeDefo, and Natham scoring the touchdowns for St. Louis Park in the first half. Right in motion to the near side, trips now to the near side. Farr fakes the handoff. He's got pressure. He's going to go down. DeDefo. Also Stadler in on that play.
Number 3.
Well, we saw DeDefo on offense in the first half come up with the big play.
10, Stadler for the Orioles. Loss on the play brings up third down and long.
Fake the handoff, and it looked like Greer was coming out in the flat, hoping to get the football. And again,
yeah, it looked like they might have been trying to set up for some kind of a screen, but they just let those linemen in a little too fast.
Right. A lot of times you will let the linemen in and try and get it beyond them, but you're right. No chance that time for Farr. And that's what Benil did against DeLaSalle too, is they put a lot of pressure on far, unable to let these guys get downfield. And they throw it, it's incomplete. Defending on the play that time.
Number 3
Quite
for
a way
the
to set the
Orioles, it was
tone.
Ben
knocked
Howard.
out by number 14, Howard.
We've got Brown on Battle to start this half.
Brings up 4th down.
Battle might be twice as tall as
Number 4, Fowler
Brown.
back to
There's
receive
a lot
the
of
punt for the
pressure
Orioles.
coming in too, so hard to get rid of that football. And DeLaSalle now 4th down and 18 yards, having to punt the football. Battle, he's got a good leg. This one high, it's fair caught at the 49-yard line.
Bauer.
By Bauer, yep.
Before Bauer fair catches the punt at the 50-yard line. 1st down, Orioles.
Yeah, I'm always amazed at these punt returners, how they can stand under there with the feet just pounding at them and catch that ball. They catch it soft like if you're holding a baby. That's how we used to teach it.
So guys, we saw great field position for DeLaSalle on that kick that went out of bounds. They started from their own 35-yard line, and now St. Louis Park has the ball at midfield on their possession. So not really what DeLaSalle wanted to do coming out here in the second half.
No, you have another series like that, and they might just pack it in.
Trips to the near side, Natham in the backfield. Ellingson surveys things. And the give is to Natham. Gets a couple.
Number 7, Nathan on the carry for the Orioles.
We'll see what the Orioles want to do on offense this half.
Gavin Taylor
Brought
in
down
on
by number
the
1, Taylor for the Islanders.
defense.
Short gain on the play brings up 2nd down.
I think for at least this 3rd quarter here, as long as things continue to go our way, we want to keep working on our playbook.
Well, interesting now, they're going to bring Akili Ferris into the backfield and get Natham out as well, I think he's going to come to the bench. So. There's a quick pass thrown, it's complete. And a 1st down for St. Louis Park.
Number 6, Ellingson's pass is complete to number 25, Dot.
Another very well-designed play.
9 for the Islanders.
A.J. Dot with the catch for the Orioles that time, and 1st down.
They've really got the defense on their heels.
Yeah, A.J. Dot seeing quite a bit of repetitions tonight.
Here's your play again. Well, maybe not.
A.J. Dot planning to go to college for mechanical engineering.
Well, that center looked pretty all alone. Looks like Tynes back in the game. He was injured a little bit in the 1st half.
All right.
Timeout for St. Louis Park. DeLaSalle's schedule, as we see, started off the season 0-3, but got on a little bit of run with a nice couple of wins, one against Hill Murray and then Park Center, before losing 48-30 to Orono. And Orono's a team that St. Louis Park lost in overtime to.
Yeah, we went down there on their homecoming and were in a great position to win that game, and it just didn't go our way down the stretch.
So you look at St. Louis Park, they losing that overtime game to Orono and then winning an overtime game against Irondale. You know, St. Louis Park's been very competitive this season, and just a couple tough, losses that really they weren't in the game against, Cooper and Benilde. But for the most part, St. Louis Park has played a really good game, good season this far. And a lot of that, I think their defense has really done a good job. And some of those games that they did lose big, there were big plays, and they just gave up a lot of big plays. And off Natham down to the 30-yard line.
7, Natham on the carry.
At some point, I'd imagine that they're going to take a shot up top to Dvorak.
Short gain on the play brings up 2nd down.
Or Davenport. Davenport's been.
Or Davenport. They'll run him into the line, and he'll sneak out, and who knows, right down the seam.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Ewald in the game.
I know Ewald last week, he was suffering from a groin injury.
He was out there early. This is a keeper, Ellingson. can see Ellingson just how he turns his legs and just continues to get more yards than you think he's going to get.
Yeah, just another really tough run. Broke 3 or 4 tackles. Not a huge gain, but an important yards leading into third down.
Spotted at the 27. Now third down, 4 yards to go. Natham in the backfield. Ellingson looks back to the sidelines. This is Nathan. And Nathan goes down, no gain. Good tackle that time by number 3. That's James Farr, the quarterback.
Good open field tackle.
No gain on the play brings up 4th down.
See what the Orioles have up their sleeve here on 4th down. Dvorak, single coverage on the near side. I'd say go downfield, see if Dvorak can beat him.
Strange lineup again.
It's that quick throw over the middle. This time Tyne drops the football. That time defending was Camry, and Camry may have had something to do with that miss. Yeah, it looked like Tyne had it for a sec, started to go downfield and maybe just didn't secure the football before he started heading downfield. So turnover on downs.
Shocked that they left him wide open again.
Been watching Battle tonight quite a bit, and this doesn't seem to get off the line of scrimmage real good. But you said that he's a basketball power.
Back to pass Farr. He's going to go to Battle. Battle pushing, and now we're going to get a flag.
Well, the D-back, I'm not sure if he got his head turned on that, but it sure didn't look like a pass interference to me.
Yeah, Jacob Brown, and it looked like both players are pushing a little bit for position. The referee's conferring on the side over there.
Might just as well pick this one up.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, tough mismatch for Brown on size, but again, you can see that how competitive he is. That was nearly a clean play. There it is right there.
Yeah.
Didn't get his head around quick enough.
Battle having to, Battle should have be able to have a clean run towards the ball, and
Changing moving well tonight. Last week they were without 2 of their regulars, and they started off pretty shaky. Then they threw in a measurement for them, and they were shook. But they regrouped. They've got their squad there tonight.
Islanders looking for something good to happen in this game for them. Farr steps up to the middle, intercepted.
Davenport.
There he goes down the far sideline. Davenport, he's got one player to beat. Davenport cuts into the end zone. Touchdown.
Number 3 Farr's pass.
Well, in 2 weeks we've seen our nose guard, Davenport, catch a touchdown on offense. And now from the nose guard position drops into coverage and gets a pick 6. It's all over the place.
Tobias Davenport, 54-yard interception.
Definitely proven to be a playmaker down the stretch here. For him.
So if you don't give me the ball on offense, we'll take it on defense. You can see how fast he is, though. He's got those legs moving. He's got some speed.
Yeah, he's built close to the ground, too. He's going to be a tough guy to bring down, especially, like you say, with that speed.
Looks like we have an injury on the field.
Yeah, we mentioned a lot of players still coming back next year, and Davenport's one of those. He's a junior, so I think this team's going to be fun to watch next year. Again, you have to rebuild a little bit on that offensive line because they have some strength on that offensive line, and that's a key component. They are going to lose some seniors on that line, but
Julian Wright was the injured player. He's safely back to the sidelines.
Seen him go down a couple times so far tonight. Do a really good job on those extra points.
Next point is good.
Ben Hauer, another senior tonight. A couple of his favorite memories were getting to play at TCF Bank Stadium, and he also plans to become a teacher.
They just want their summers off.
Well, it's a perk. Speaking of which, students do not have to come back to school until next Monday due to MEA break. So a 4-day weekend staring people involved in education.
Not sure what school it was that today at work we were talking, and there's their kids don't have to go back till Tuesday, so they have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday off, and then they go back on Tuesday. That's a pretty long break. There's a good kick.
The lanes look good. The lanes look good.
Oh, that was.
Number 12 on the return for the Islanders.
I don't know, the way he went down, it looked like he just hit a clothesline or something.
So their game plan early was obviously they weren't going to kick it to the deep guy.
Right.
But thinking with a 35-point lead, hey, let's
First down Islanders.
give it a couple reps for our kickoff coverage.
Wait, you know, that was Stadler. So Franks was the guy returning the kick, but Stadler just put his arm out, and I'm telling you, that's a strong arm if you ask me, the way he took him down.
Well, we'll see if DeLaSalle picks on my guy Brown again. It's matched up against Battle.
And it's a quick pass. It's got blockers, but good tackle.
Nice tackle.
That's Lopez Barrera again on Greer. But Lopez Barrera, he's such a textbook player. Watch the way he makes that tackle.
Brings up second down.
Yeah, boy, even when they complete a pass, there's 3 or 4 black jerseys out there right away.
Jairo Lopez Barrera has been one player that I've just enjoyed so much over the last 3 years now to watch him play, and he's been such a big component to this defense. They are going to miss him. Far. He's going to go to the far side.
12.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Number 3, Far's pass intended for number 12, Franks, falls incomplete.
So Franks again, the intended receiver on the play.
Yeah, Keenan Davenport that play. He's just simply dropping back into coverage, and we're just daring them to complete a pass. It's because if we're dropping Davenport back, we're taking away one of our pass rushers. So we're basically just rushing 3 people.
35-0 Orioles lead. 5:43 to go here in the third quarter.
And we've got Dvorak on Battle here.
I don't think we've seen running time in the Orioles' favor for a long time, and we could see that tonight. Orioles showing a blitz. They come in. Oh, that was a blitz by Stadler.
He was under pressure. We couldn't get that timing right. It was a simple
Right.
out to Battle.
Pass is intended for number 10, falls incomplete.
So Battle now will go back inside his 20-yard line to punt, and Dvorak
and Bauer
will be back. Yep. High snap, we got a flag, and I think we have a false start. So move this one back 5 yards.
Nothing really going to DeLaSalle's way tonight. You know, it's difficult for road teams that I've experienced to come in on a weeknight travel. I mean, it just doesn't feel like it's the right timing. It's tough to go in the middle of the week and play on the road.
Orioles, there's a, they do run into the kicker, but
that's
no
off
problem.
Oriole back.
There's
That's
a
off the
fumble,
Oriole back.
and I think DeLaSalle's going to have it. Oh, no, though. I don't know how the Orioles got that.
Wow. Well, another break.
Let's see.
Is recovered by the Orioles.
That bounce off Bauer's back?
It hit his helmet or his back?
I was watching because the kicker got run into.
Joe
right off the melon.
back.
Daryl Wright. Joe Creedon and Daryl Wright.
Wow.
Please
How did
report to the
I don't know, with big number 54 in there for the Islanders, I don't know how St. Louis Park was able to get that football.
Please report to the St. Louis Park side on the east end zone.
Oh, looks like it is DeLaSalle's ball.
All
No,
right.
it's not. Oh, no.
No, Orioles have it.
Orioles do have it.
So the Orioles with a 35-point lead and the football. Get a break on that one.
Ferris in the backfield.
Ferris gets the football as he tries to get around the end, cuts in, has a big hole. Ferris on his feet all the way inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. And a first down for the St. Louis Park Orioles.
Another great hole from the offensive line. Good vision.
That's an Orioles first down.
Yeah, Farr was defending on the play, trying to catch up to him, and Ferris outran Farr and was able to get 15 yards on the play. Tying in motion. The give is Ferris. Ferris all the way to the end zone, and he is going to go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line, all the way down at about the 1-yard line. So Ferris gets the edge and unable to get in the end zone, but a nice run. And again, you can see this DeLaSalle team is tiring.
That's an
St. Louis
Orioles
Park able to.
first down.
They run Ferris to the left, and now they run him to the right, and he tight ropes this thing almost to the pylon.
Well, let's see where he.
Good effort.
Went out at the 2, but they're spotting it at the 1. So, yeah, a little break there. And I think they're going to try and maybe give him the football, let him see if he can work his way in. He's really had a good couple runs, and like to let your running back get the touchdown if you can. Nope, they're going to throw the football. Ellingson under pressure. Now throws it, and it's intercepted.
Yep, that was intercepted.
Yeah, that's it.
Ellingson's pass is intercepted.
First turnover of the game by the Orioles, and interesting call that time for the Orioles. Thinking they were going to maybe run it in, but it was set up by a lot of pressure. Ellingson going the opposite way.
Are Joe Creedon or Daryl Wright? If you could
well, what a catch, too.
Great concentration on that tip ball.
St. Louis Park side.
And
That's Ellison's third interception of the season.
And a good call by the official on that far sideline to give them the interception on that. So right now St. Louis Park defensively will try and see if they can keep DeLaSalle bottled up deep in their own territory here. Ball placed at the 3-yard line. Orioles almost up, and now DeLaSalle moves.
Leg on the play.
So it's going to be a illegal procedure, about a 1.5-yard penalty against DeLaSalle.
It's a good position for that Orioles defense to be in, where they have their opponent pinned way back.
Looked like St. Louis Park was showing a little bit of a blitz, and almost looked like they were going to jump off sides, but got back on side and maybe forced the offensive tackle to jump. They've really taken the Islanders out of their running game. They're having to really pretty much pass. We haven't seen Krishan Greer run the football very often. Far from his end zone, throws downfield, and it's incomplete. There's a little bit of hands on that play from Dvorak, but no call. Pass intended again for Kobe Franks.
It's not just a 35-point deficit either. They kind of gave up on the running game after the first series.
When you do that, then you've got the defense pretty much just taking off towards the quarterback, and that's what I think the Orioles are doing here.
Yep.
And Fair came in completing 60% of his passes. I don't think he's near that tonight, as the Orioles have been defending very well.
Yeah, I think the Orioles have done what Benil did, is put more pressure on the quarterback, and you can see that a lot of their plays have been those real short little screen passes because they don't have much time to throw the football. There's pressure thrown in the end zone and getting out to the 1 yard line. Was the wide receiver.
Three's pass is complete and shoved out of bounds by the Orioles. Flag on the play.
Well, it could be holding in the end zone. It'll be a safety.
Yep, holding penalty and safety.
On the Islanders in the end zone is a safety for the Orioles.
Our second score on defense tonight. Davenport with the pick 6 and now the safety.
And the Orioles will get the football back too now.
Well, defensive coaches like that.
Look at, you see Lopez Barrera, and that's, again, that was all Lopez Barrera made that great move, cut to the inside, and they had to pull him back from getting to the quarterback, and avoiding a safety but getting a safety. That's what happened. So,
yeah, if he didn't tackle him, that was going to be a safety either way.
Right.
Yeah, they're doing. St. Louis Park is doing a really good job disguising their blitzes, it seems, because they do have pressure on almost every drop back.
Oops, to Coach Wolf. Coach of the year last year in the state of Minnesota. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
Ben Wolf has done a great job again with this team and the whole coaching staff.
Now, when Coach Wolf got the job, he up and moved his family into St. Louis Park, so he was committed.
See if they're going to kick it or have Battle punt it. They'll kick it. Be David Clancy. Davenport and Ferris back for the Orioles.
Should get good field position again here.
Still 4:35 left to go here in the third. 37-0 Orioles lead. It's been a little bit slower played quarter. End over end kick. Fielded by Keely Ferris. Takes it across the 45, 40, cuts inside. Still on his feet. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Ferris is in for a touchdown. What a return. Keely Ferris fields the ball from the 40-yard line. Takes it all the way down. And again, it's straddling that near sideline. Watch Davenport leading the way. Davenport opens up the lane, but
oh, look at that. Did a nice job of not pushing him in the back there.
And you can see, I think this DeLaSalle team is just really slowed down a little bit here and there.
Yeah, they're flat.
He did a great job just keeping that ball off the field. He had to kind of fingertip it just on the reception itself.
Well, we
Well, you know, I felt bad that Ferris didn't get the touchdown after all those runs he made, so now he gets it on the return. So.
But we complete the hat trick. Now we've scored on offense, defense, and special teams. That's a solid night when you review the film later.
Well, look how fast they just got 9 points. They get the safety and then the return. So.
Yeah, rough night for DeLaSalle, and he's still got a quarter and a half to endure.
So Orioles with 28 in the first half, 16 here in the second.
It'll be busy tonight for all coaches across the Metro and teams as the seating will take place.
Yeah, it looks like St. Louis Park will have a good shot at getting a home game.
Well, again, St. Louis Park could be gelling at the right time. Starting to get playoff fever, and they had a good taste of it last year, taking it all the way to the state tournament.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line for the Islanders. That was
number 2, right on the return.
Right.
Good discipline out of the Orioles tonight, as we've seen no personal fouls, very limited flags.
Well, the most points St. Louis Park scored this season was 41 points against Ridgefield. So they have 44 here, and there's still 4:19 to go in the third. So starting the fourth quarter, 35-point lead causes running time to take place. So the fourth quarter should move pretty quickly.
There's that Oriole pursuit again.
Number 3, Bars passes complete to number 4.
Bauer again defensively in on the play.
And the Orioles safeties do a really nice job of attacking the ball from the inside out.
Yeah, Farr's really been unable to work the ball downfield. It's all been these little short passes that have really, and the Orioles have done a good job defending. I think DeLaSalle throughout this game had one very good drive. Otherwise, St. Louis Park's defense has stifled them.
And even on that drive, it was continued because of a Park penalty.
Trips to the near side, cutting in his battle. Now he tries to turn outside, stays on his feet, and is brought down. Lopez Barrera and
number 3,
DeDefo in on that play.
To number 10, Battle, brought down by number 15.
Yeah, they missed on their first pass play in the first quarter.
Lopez Barrera.
When the receiver got behind the safety and just kind of hung the ball up a little bit. But yeah, they haven't done much since.
A lot of credit goes to this defense. They played well in this game.
Yeah, Farr's averaging 8 yards an attempt, and he's well below that tonight.
.245 to go here in the third quarter. Pass to right.
He's got the edge. Bauer hits the edge. There's the pursuit.
Just shy of the first down.
You know, Julian Wright has been a player that when he gets the ball, a lot of times he has the ability to spring it open, but Orioles have done a great job on him, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
By number 54, Morelli on the play.
Morelli in on the tackle for the Orioles, and it's fourth down, 1 yard to go. They line up quickly.
Oh, that's a false start.
Yep, that's gonna. That was the running back, Krishan Greer.
When it's not going well, it's not going well. Oh, a little scuffle.
I'm sure frustration settling in right now for the Islanders. Coaching staff does a good job to get out on the field and pull the players away, and see if DeLaSalle is going to punt the football now.
Quarterback sneak.
Yeah, it looks like Miles Camry over on the sideline is really heated. The referee's going to slow it down a little bit and let DeLaSalle get things together.
You see down here Will Dvorak warming up on the sidelines.
Penalty, still 4th down.
DeLaSalle taking time to bring their players out, and I think they're going to bring the offense, or we got Battle coming out, and he's not in punt formation, so they're going to go for it here. And trailing 44 to nothing. Might as well. And another false start.
Flag on the play.
This has to drive a coach absolutely crazy.
Ball start on the Islanders.
Now they'll punt the football, I believe.
Still 4th down.
Big Jalen Travis, 6'6", 240, having a hard time staying in his stance.
And so punt formation now, Battle goes back to his 15-yard line to punt. Dvorak and Bauer will be back to receive the punt for the Orioles. Good snap. High punt.
Just gonna bounce off one of it. Okay.
Orioles get away from it and let it roll down to the 49 or 39-yard line.
And we see Will Dvorak at quarterback.
Ball is down by the Islanders. 1st down, Orioles.
Ben Wolf getting his offense prepared on the sidelines. Is he going to start substituting?
We haven't seen Sledge in on offense in this game at all.
And Will Dvorak marches onto the field as Ellenson's night is complete.
Yeah, you don't want to take a chance on getting any injuries. You have the sections coming up next week, and Ellington's such a valuable player. And so now Dvorak, hands off, Ferris. Gain of about a yard before he stacked up.
Now when Dvorak's gotten into the game, they're not afraid to let him throw the ball. As he hustles to the sideline, talk to Coach Wolf.
Yeah, I think they send the plays in to him. Ellington's able to get the plays from the, pretty much he runs a read option, so he looks over the field, sees what's happening, and I think right now when you have Dvorak in there, you have a set play that's already called, and it's probably not going to be changed. And my guess will be a running play. This will be the last play of the quarter. And it is Ferris.
And they keep Ferris back there with Dvorak, the youngster. I like that.
Number 11, Ferris on the carry for the Orioles.
So that could be Ferris could have a day off here coming up there, the quarter off. Ferris's quarter off, right? Is that the remake of the old Ferris Bueller day off? And that's going to end the quarter. St. Louis Park with 16 points unanswered in that quarter, and they lead 44-0. We'll be back with the 4th quarter in just a minute.
With liberty and justice for all. Does that mean bunnies? Bunnies are so cute. And kitties? Chickens?
Every year, thousands of companion animals and billions of factory farm and lab animals are legally abused and killed. But it can be stopped. Join the Animal Legal Defense Fund and tell Congress you support sensible, humane laws. Add your voice to the growing chorus of Americans demanding basic rights and protections for all living creatures.
Don't forget the puppies.
All right, 44-0 our score. We start running time here as we hit the 4th quarter. Louis Park with a 3rd down and 6. Fumble, Dvorak picks it up, and he's going to go down for a loss of yards.
Number 5, Dvorak on the quarterback keeper.
Bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the Orioles now.
Brings up 4th down.
St. Louis Park band entertaining us tonight under the direction of Steven Schmitz. Good job.
This may be the Orioles' first punt of the football game.
Ellenson returns to punt.
I'll let him throw the football here. You don't want to do that when a team's down, so I highly doubt that will happen as Ellingson stands at his 25-yard line.
Well, Dvorak's out here and nobody's on him.
Low punt. Fielded by Wright. He fumbles a football and he falls on it at the 22.
Boy, even with the line drive punt with little hang time, that coverage was right there.
2 right is taken down.
Dvorak lined up as a gunner out here down on the bottom end. There wasn't an Islander within 20 yards.
I think we get some subs in on defense here too. Daryl Armstrong in on defense. Hand off Julian Wright. Wright gets to the outside. He'll get a 1st down.
Number 2 right on the carry. The Islanders shoved out of bounds by number 30 Sledge.
Sledge in on the
1st down Islanders.
Tackle. Looks like Noel Drucksmann in the game, trying to get some of the players that are out there.
Demary Castron takes on the nose spot.
Greer, he gets outside.
Number 4 Greer on the carry for the Islanders. Shoved out of bounds by number 22 Lopez Barrera. 1st down Islanders.
The Islanders starting to get the edge.
Well, after the game they've had, you'd sure like to
Yeah,
see him pitch the shutout.
Yeah, and I think you would, but I think the Orioles still, you know, they have sub defensively here, and that's going to open things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Daryl Armstrong in at cornerback.
Still have the starters in on offense, and this is a option play. Far pitches it. Wright gets outside, inside the 25 for another 1st down.
Noel Drucksmann runs him out of
Brought down
bounds.
by number 44 Drucksmann for the Orioles. 1st down Islanders.
Jack Townsend in at the linebacker position.
So Caston, like you mentioned, in 325 pounds puts on defense for the Orioles.
Pretty quick, he shuffled on the line for a big guy.
Well, Julian Wright, he's got the speed, blocking to the outside, and going to be just shy of a 1st down.
Number 2 right on the carry. Shoved out of bounds by the Orioles. Brings up 2nd down.
8.5 minutes remaining. Far back to pass, throws a little screen off to in the flat. It's complete. Couple broken tackles, and that's Greer.
Caston, the big guy, did a nice job of grabbing an ankle and slowing him down so the rest of the Orioles could get there.
Brought down by number 22, Lopez Pereira for the Orioles.
So first down and goal to go. Greer in the backfield. Far under pressure. Lutz Sludge throws it for the corner, and is that battle incomplete?
Incomplete. I thought for sure he came down with that like a rebound.
Yeah, let's see if we see this on the replay.
Is that my guy Brown in there again? Yep, there's Brown.
Great defense.
Yep,
Way to get your hand in there.
They may have to bring him onto the basketball team and go up for rebounds against Battle. Second down, goal to go. Option play. Far keeps it. Stacked up.
Yeah, speaking of that matchup with Battle and Brown, Brown comes in at 5'6", and Battle comes in at 6'7".
Third down.
A 13-inch height advantage for Battle.
Jack Townsend in on the tackle for the Orioles on that last play, and it brings up a third down, 6 yards to go. So
clock moving quickly.
Showing blitz again.
Yeah, Farr has some pressure, throws to the near side, and it's caught. Touchdown. First touchdown of the game, and Julian Wright with the catch.
Farr's pass is complete to number 2 Wright for an Islanders touchdown.
So after 44 unanswered points, the Islanders in the end zone for the touchdown.
It's a lot of area to cover for that cornerback, one-on-one.
See if they go for 2, but they're going to kick the extra point here.
Mysterious kicking game of DeLaSalle. We haven't quite got our arms around it yet.
First kick, Clancy, and it's blocked again.
Extra point is blocked by number 15, Dedepo.
Oh, look at Dedepo. Really did get in there. I mean, that was not the kicker's fault. Dedepo got in, and he really nowhere for that kick to go. Here's a look at the only points of the night for DeLaSalle. Is Julian Wright, and player that's played a tough game tonight is Julian Wright. He's hasn't been able to spring any big ones in this game, and he's had a couple injuries where he's been taken off the field with an ankle injury and another leg injury, and still fighting and getting that touchdown for DeLaSalle. So
yeah, that's their big playmaker. It's just hasn't worked out for him tonight.
See if the Islanders will try an onside kick here. Kevin's pulling out the fourth quarter notes now.
Wrong folded piece of paper there. Let's find
That's his
piece
class
of folded
grades,
paper.
Yeah. A minus, A plus. Oh, that's wrong paper.
Yeah, C.J. Hallman's gonna have to get his club regrouped as they head into section play. Here's Ferris.
Gets a block. Ferris straddling the sidelines, gets another block. There goes Ferris. He is gonna go all the way for a touchdown. Akili Ferris with his second touchdown of the game. And a good blocking down the sidelines. And they just like to straddle that sideline, and that's what they do.
Well, and Ferris had an opportunity to go out of bounds, but he did a great job of slowing down his speed, letting the blockers.
Watch the blockers, McCabe. You see, Dvorak did a great job, and then it was just Ferris's speed getting the edge. Yeah, Dvorak sort of opened the way.
All facets of the game, the Orioles are just dominating tonight.
Ferris with 2 return touchdowns.
How many yards was that last one?
Bauer splits the uprights again.
Bauer's extra point is good.
Where did he fill this one from? Let's just see here. Here, Howard, we'll see where he filled it from.
Oh, I got a bad angle.
Looked like he took it from around the 15 to 20 yard line, somewhere in there. So.
Give him 85.
Dvorak, nice block. Well, great showing here on senior night for the Orioles.
Got it on the 21, so they'll see 79 yard. So Will Dvorak is the one who's up for there. He's not going to get a chance to be quarterback. And the defense will have to come back out for the Orioles.
And you know, Will wants to get out there and throw a couple. Work with his mother over at Susan Lindgren.
What section game we had?
Riley Dvorak is that relation to Riley? Played last year?
You know, Bruce, I'm not sure. There's a lot of Dvoraks running around St. Louis Park. I'm not sure how the family tree works.
There's Julian Wright, and he can break it all the way. And he could.
And he gets the edge.
So Julian Wright goes all the way back. So he get a touchdown for DeLaSalle on special teams.
Number 2, right.
That was the player I said, you know, he's had some big plays, and that time Julian Wright gets a big one. Filled that one from like the 16, 17 yard line. So even though we're supposed to have running time, we're not having much running time here because the clock keeps stopping. Touchdowns, and well, Dvorak will have his chance.
Well, let's see. Right. They could get the extra point on this one.
I would go for 2. I don't know why they're even trying it here, but maybe they say, you know, we need to. Orioles still sending players onto the.
We have too many people on the field. Well, you don't like to see that, but.
Now maybe DeLaSalle goes for it here as they move it closer.
They might be just committed to figuring out this kicking game. All right, let's see what happens.
Watch for DeDeffel. Low snap. And this one's up and good.
Very good.
Yeah, right down the middle. Maybe it's just the offensive line.
Wait, we're going to bring Ferris back in, see if he can get his 3rd kick return touchdown.
The only thing I've ever seen 2 kickoff returns by an Oriole in the same game.
Have you seen 3? Here's where we have a chance right now. Yes, we have back-to-back kick return touchdowns.
Yeah, the game got a little sloppy here.
Yeah, it was just 44-0. Now it's 51-13, and all happened within about 2 minutes span, 2.5 minutes.
And another senior, your guy Lopez Barrera, plans on attending college, and one of his favorite moments was going to the state tournament last year. Aaron Sledge, I worked with his mother over to Quilla, another senior, talking about going 8-0 with his 8th grade team. And he plans to go on to college and study electrical engineering. Quite a few well-rounded student athletes on the Orioles senior class.
Uh-oh.
Tipped. Sledge grabs it.
Well, Sledge gets it out to the 50-yard line.
Number 30, Sledge on the return. Brought down by number 58 for the Islanders. First down, Orioles.
Now we can take advantage of the running time.
Jack Olson, another senior. His favorite memory was going 8-0 in the LMAA 8th grade football, and also winning the section championship last year.
Eric Jackson in the game now for the Orioles, number 21.
Nick Medina,
Number 20, Hawkins on the carry.
another senior, plans on continuing his education after high school, and also being part of that section championship team.
Loss on the play brings up second down.
So Emmanuel Hawkins was the ball carrier on that last play.
Brendan Johnson Snyder, another senior. His favorite memory was beating Cooper, and he plans to study aviation and aeronautical engineering after high school.
Dvorak hands off. Hawkins trying to get the edge, and he's going to be taken down from behind.
Number 20, Hawkins on the carry for the Orioles, brought down by number 12, Franks.
Franks in on the tackle for
Loss on the
DeLaSalle.
play brings up third down.
Big loss, so it's going to bring up third down and 20.
Yeah, it looked like he might have had a hole if he cut that inside right away. It's hard to say, but
Picasso de Defo, another St. Louis Park senior, enjoyed going 8-0 in 8th grade. He plans to study business after high school.
We're just taking a lot of time to run this play. We'll see if they're going to be able to get this one off before delay a game. Dvorak.
34.
Fumble.
Covered by
Let's say the ball is down.
No time to get chippy here,
34 on the
boys.
carry for the Orioles.
There's the flag. I believe it's going to be on DeLaSalle. Chirping.
Flag on the play.
And our last senior, Noel Druxman, one of his favorite memories was back in 7th grade getting pancaked by 2 players 2 feet taller than him.
that was his favorite.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Islanders.
I don't think that'll even be enough for a first down.
No, but
15-yard penalty, fourth down.
it's still fourth down, and the Orioles can.
Never hear anything like that in 19th century baseball. Baseball at that time was a gentleman's
Looks like they'll go for it here with 2 minutes, 23 seconds.
2:23.
How about throwing the football one?
I thought for sure when Dvorak got in, they would at least throw it once. We'll see.
Well, here's their chance. 4th and 5.
So 4th down, 5. Dvorak, the ball at the 46-yard line, or else need to get to the 41.
He sends this guy in motion.
Strong right formation. And the handoff. Hawkins, first down. Hawkins. Oh,
I thought he
broke the edge, but he went too far right.
That's an Orioles first down.
Well, that should ice this game. Look at if he, I think he may have been able to get his balance, stay in and he had the whole sideline, but.
Like you said, Bruce, this should be about it here. A couple of kneels.
Yeah, I mentioned we're going to see the victory formation.
I think they'll still hand it off, maybe, or you think they'll give someone a chance to carry the football?
Still in the shotgun.
Hand off.
Number 20,
Amori with the tackle, Hawkins the ball carrier. And we're down to 1 minute remaining in this football game. 51-13.
You gotta like seeing that DeLaSalle coaching staff getting fired up for their substitute players making big plays.
Yeah, I saw that. That is pretty great.
A pretty lethargic night for the Islanders overall.
St. Louis Park had this game really under control, 28-0 the first half, 44-0 lead, and then when the substitutes came in, DeLaSalle able to get some points on the board. That typically is what does happen in late game situations, and now the Orioles will kneel the football, and that should do it. Senior night, a success for the St. Louis Park Orioles, and their last game of the season, of the regular season, they have now up their record to 4-4 on the season, 2-3 in their conference. And
they meet at the 50-yard line, showing good sportsmanship.
Well, and a 2-game winning streak for St. Louis Park going into the section. So
yeah, we'll have to see how the seeding goes tonight. And speculation is that we will be hosting first-round playoff game here Tuesday night.
So hopefully we'll be back covering some more games here for the sections.
Bruce, it was a pleasure working with you.
Well, pleasure working with you, Kevin and Brian.
Brian?
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Bruce.
So, again, we want to thank all our fans for joining us this season. And, again, hopefully we'll be able to cover the sections. But, again, this our 40th year of covering games here on ParkTV 16. And we've been around for all 40, and it's been fun. So, you know, great to see the Orioles play like they did tonight, a game where they just thoroughly dominated and were very well coached and prepared for this football game. So,
yeah, we're heading in the right direction as the playoffs come.
So on behalf of Kevin Jones and Brian Birch, I'm Bruce Hoberman. I want to thank you all again for joining us. The final score tonight, the St. Louis Park Orioles 51, the DeLaSalle Islanders 13. Good night.
Thank you, St. Louis Park football fans.